Welcome to Casa de Confidence, a podcast for you. You'll hear some incredible women
and some awesome, cool dudes
going confidently in the direction of their dreams and living in the purpose of their heart.
You're our host,
Julie DeLucca-Collins, and you are our sidekick. Hashtag handsome hot husband.
That again.
And the producer of the show.
That I am.
I am an author, speaker, coach, dreamer, and most of all,
we help people go in the direction of their dreams
and support them on their purpose. So pull up a chair,
grab a drink,
and make yourself at home because our casa
is your casa. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Dan Collins, and we have Julie DeLucca-Collins over here. You know, welcome back to Casa de Confidence, Julie.
I never left.
Whoa. Oh, yeah, that's right. You live here.
I live here. I live at Casa de Confidence.
Then welcome back, listeners, to Casa de Confidence. Mm-hmm. We are here in Casa de Collins having a little conversation before our guest comes out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan.
Yes.
Have you ever found that doing activities in a group was better than doing them alone?
It depends on the activity.
Well, let's say golfing.
Golfing alone is kind of sad sometimes.
That is kind of sad.
Well, actually, you know what? There's been a couple times I've been golfing and there'll be like a solo guy just out there trying to get swings in, you know, just enjoying the beautiful fresh morning air. And hey, can I play past you? And our group, if our group is short, maybe we're a threesome. Been a couple times where you're like, you want to join us? And yeah.
Very nice.
Make a new friend that way.
Very nice. So I was thinking that we definitely are creating this incredible community of individuals because I hear from the listeners mostly every week. There's always a listener that sends a message or tags me on Instagram. And I think that this community is allowing people to not do things alone, but come alongside each other.
Oh, well, that's great. That's amazing.
So? And this is one of the reasons why I think our mastermind has been so successful. The mastermind Confident You started because I wanted to create a space where individuals that are purposeful and are really committed to making an impact on the world can come together and support each other.
Cool. So for first-time listeners of the show, you know what? We are building a community here. But our show is, you know, about amazing interviews with amazing people. And Julie does that part of that show. And but in the beginning here, you know, we just chit-chat.
Yeah.
Kind of chill and chat.
I'm going to chit chat about something that I'm very, very, very thrilled to see.
Well, hold on. Just so everyone knows, you know, we got this chit chat here, and maybe you don't want to hear this dude talking, but maybe you do. Maybe you think I'm entertaining. Maybe you think I'm, you know, what is that? What was it? Funny?
Funny?
But yeah, who's our guest today, Julie?
Today we have Kelly Resendez on the phone. On the podcast. Oh, my God.
So, and Julie will talk about Kelly a little bit later. But, you know, if you just want to hear the interview, it's about the 33-minute mark. Just so you know. Actually, why don't you tell them about Kelly right now?
Okay, so she's a mom and a business executive at Good Leap and multi-million-dollar fine tech company and a best-selling author. Now, Kelly is passionate about helping others adapt an abundance mindset and overcoming self-sabotage.
Cool.
So, through her popular book and Big Voices and her Women Empowered Network, Kelly shares her strategies and tools to inspire women. In this conversation, we really went and talked about, you know, why, you know, the power of authentic connections and what are the pillars of a fulfilled life. This is something that a lot of people don't pay attention to. Do you want to know what the pillars for a fulfilled life are?
Do I want to know? Of course I want to know.
So let's see let's rate ourselves in each of these pillars. How about that?
Oh, we're rating each other? It's always like a test with you.
No, it's not a test. It's just a
rating.
self-assessment.
Okay, I'm going to win.
You self-assess you.
Well, I'm going to win.
Winning. There's no winning here.
Oh.
It's a self-assessment. You assess you. I'm not going to judge you and assess you.
Okay.
And you're not judging me and assessing me.
All right.
You assess yourself.
I'm still going to win.
There's no winning here. Okay. Here are the 6 pillars of.
I thought you said it was 4.
Oh, it's 6.
It's 6?
Oh yeah. I'm not. I wasn't wearing my glasses.
Oh, maybe you did say 6. Maybe I'm mistaken. You know, there comes a time in one's life where, you know, I've gone through 52 years of life. I'm bound to be mistaken soon.
Well, 12 of those years are married to me, and sometimes the listening skills need improvement. 12 years of needing your improvement.
Hey guys, comment if you're watching this on YouTube or whatever. If you're listening to this, send Julie a message. Tell them, hey, it's 6 pillars. You said 4. Dan was right. Hashtag Dan was right.
Don't start new hashtagging. Ridiculous.
Hashtag Dan was right.
Okay. Okay. Rate yourself in the first pillar.
Okay, go ahead.
Health.
What's the rating scale?
Oh, you want to do 1 to 10?
Let's do
or
1 to,
ABC?
Let's do 1 to 5.
5 being best?
No, 5 being worst.
No.
Okay, 5 being best. Okay.
It's more numbers for the better.
1 to 5.
Okay.
5 is the best.
Okay. And you're not allowed to say 3 because that's a cop-out.
I'm allowed to say 3.
Okay, let's move on.
If I'm a 3, I'm a 3.
Okay. I want to be a 10. All right.
Okay.
Ready?
I am a 10.
Number 1. I thought you were going to say, yeah, you are a 10. What happened to complimenting me?
I'm feeling very confident in myself today.
Wow.
Hey, it's part of the show, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And that's why people tune in, because they want to be more confident.
That's right.
Okay. Ready?
Go ahead.
Number 1, health. What's your rating?
2.
Ooh. Wow, Daniel.
Bordering on a 1 right now.
Bordering on a 1. Okay. For me, I will say a 3.
You mean what we are right now, or what we aspire
what we
to be?
are right now.
Oh, yeah, I'm a 1.
Okay, I am a 3.
Well, you know what? I'm a 2. Okay, go ahead.
Are you a lower 2?
I'm a lower 2.
Is it a 1.9 maybe?
I got to get some things taken care of.
Oh, he's putting it out in the air. Now it's time for him to get real.
Don't worry, people. I'm not going to say, yeah, I'm fine. I just need to be a lot better.
I think, what is one thing that you can do to improve your health?
Make an appointment with my doctor. Walk once a day.
Oh, look at that. Juju would appreciate that. Juju, want to go for a walk?
Juju's one of our dogs.
Yeah.
All right. What's the second pillar?
Relationships.
And
that's like overall, all your relationships.
Overall relationships?
Yeah.
Well, I think my relationship with you and people I work with are a 4 or a 5.
Overall, average all your relationships.
Let me finish.
Right.
I have some other relationships that I've neglected. And one of them is a 1 because I really neglected that.
Oh.
So, I mean, that brings my average down. So relationship-wise, that would make me a 3.
A 3.
It's not a cop-out. I explained.
Not a cop-out. Okay. Fine. Okay. Yogi apparently wants to be on the podcast too, because he's crying away here. Okay.
They can't hear him.
For me, relationships, I would say I'm a 4.
Well, that's what you do.
What do you mean that's what I do?
You are good at building relationships.
Yeah, but I also I'm not a 5 because there's times in which I get caught up working or doing too much and not spending enough time with my friends or calling friends. Hey, I got a text message last night at midnight from Dr. Melissa Gibson, friend of the show, and my friend from high school. She sent me a picture of us, and when she graduated from med school. And I was looking at it and I'm like, oh my God, it would look so good. And I'm like, of course, because we were 38 at the time.
38?
Yeah, I was.
That was 38. A lifetime ago.
That was a lifetime. Really? Oh.
All right. Pillar number 3.
Freedom.
Freedom? Mm-hmm. Freedom. I don't know. It depends on what happens in the next election.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Sorry.
Daniel Collins, I'm proud of you. Putting it out there.
Freedom.
Okay, hashtag
Freedom.
we don't want Project 2025 to
really?
win.
Oh, you went all in now.
I went all in.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, freedom. I mean, you know what? I have a lot of freedom.
Yeah, you're a white male.
That's true. So I don't.
My goodness.
I don't take it for granted, but sometimes I do. But freedom, like in my life with you, I have great freedom, and that's all part of.
Say that people are going to think we have an open marriage. That's not what we have. Not that kind of freedom, people.
No, what I'm saying is because of our relationship in that trust, I have great freedom. Yeah. I have great freedom in my job. My job does allow great freedom.
That's your aerospace job.
Yeah, my aerospace job, my day job. So it allows me the freedom to come home and work on editing. No, I do that outside of my core hours of my actual job work. I have to say that.
You do have to say that, but it's true. You do, but you're creating freedom as well, because the more that we are investing into our business, the more that we can create more freedom for ourselves and for others.
Yeah.
So what did you say freedom was?
Well, it's a work in progress.
What number?
I would say, you know what? Financial freedom is another thing too. And that's something that's being worked upon. And I would say overall freedom, 4.1.
That's a high rating.
I mean, I feel pretty, I was going to say 3.7, but I didn't want to sound negative. I mean, I feel free. I mean, I'm not free to just go wherever I want to go yet, but that's the goal.
That's the goal.
And we have that goal. So.
We have that goal. We want to pay off debt, and we want to go forward and have the freedom to say, hey, want to have dinner in Paris? Let's do it.
Yeah. We've made an initial investment in this new life, in this business. And you know what? It's working out. And we're working towards, making this a successful endeavor. How about your freedom, Julie?
In my freedom, I would say I am, it depends. I guess it depends on what area of life, but I would say an overall 5.
5?
Okay, 4.7.
No, 4.7?
Yeah.
I think 5's a cop-out. It's overconfidence.
This is Casa de Confidence, isn't
it? Well, you said 3's a cop out. I think 3 is a thing that I get it now. You know what? I just got an inner. I just cracked the door open and the window to your brain, and I just realized our whole relationship. I knew this before, but I know our relationship
is a cop out.
No, I'm a middle guy. You're an extreme woman.
Yes, that is. Oh my God, you are correct. I am extreme.
That's what I'm saying.
I go all in.
Yeah.
You're middle of the road, Dan.
But you know what?
What?
I help balance you, and you help me to take more chances in life. So that's a good compliment.
I think that that's a good compliment. And here's one of the things that I want to point out, because a lot of people, the breakdown of relationships is when we think the other person is hindering us. And I could say, wow, you're a 3, you're keeping me back. But you're not. You really do balance me, because if it was up to me, I'd be all over the place. And I'm an all in 100% and, jump first, think second. And you are the kind of person that like, oh, I don't know. I don't think so. Let me think this through. It's like, when we went to Mexico and we went to jump into that big hole, like a crater with water.
Yeah.
The azote.
You know, I regret not doing it.
Yeah. See, that's why you need me in your life. Because now that you said you regret doing it, I'm going to book us a trip to go do that. Okay. So yeah. And people sometimes think like, oh no, this guy is keeping me back, or this woman is, oh, she's too much for me. But we can't look at other people like that. We need to look at how the people that are in our life are a gift. And we need to look for the gift in all the relationships. So freedom, 4.7.
Right, but it's also being aware.
Awareness.
Being aware of the other person's gifts and how they interrelate with your gifts.
Yes, but not with the expectation that they make you, that you need them to be a certain something for you to be happy.
No. I'm not talking about like a, hate to say the word codependent thing. It's, I'm saying how, I could get annoyed by some of the things you do. You could
What?
You could get annoyed by some of the things I do.
I could, or I do.
And we do at times.
Okay.
But we know enough to allow our things that could annoy us to actually help us develop as people.
Yeah, you're right.
So anyway.
Okay, so let's move on to the next one.
What's the number?
1, 2, 3, 4.
We're on 4.
Yeah.
I think I'm winning.
Contribution.
Yeah. Okay.
What's your contribution to the world? How do you put yourself, your goodness, your essence out into the world?
I think I could contribute more on a social level. And I mean, at one point in my life, that was part of what I thought I wanted to do. So, and
why don't you go in and explain that a little more?
Well, it's kind of a loaded thing because people can have opinions. I went to college to study to be a priest. So this is another life, a lifetime ago.
You want to contribute to being a priest?
And I wanted to contribute in that role. My ideal of that role was to serve other people. And
you're serving people now.
Well, I did not do that. And then my life kind of turned to, workaday world kind of thing.
Yeah.
In which I work to serve, to exist. And now, I mean, we're doing things right now, which is I can help to serve other people.
Yeah.
And that's very important to me.
Well,
I'm still in the workaday world. I still have my regular job, but at home, I can contribute and help people, gain a voice.
Yeah.
And that's what I do with our podcasting services. And that makes me feel good that I'm actually starting to serve again. So my contribution, I don't know, I can do more. I say a 3.4.
I could do more.
3.4.
But I think that you hit the nail on the head. And this is one of the things why we are married to each other, because we love to serve others. And that's a high value place for us. And a lot of people don't realize that in order for them to be more cohesive, congruent in life, you need to actually take a look at where your values are and then live according to them. Because sometimes people say, oh, my values are family, and then they don't, spend time with family. Or my values are health. That's why health is not my value, because I am not a 5 at health.
Well, the other thing too is like, I think a lot of people like to serve others, and people have different version of what other is.
Yeah. Or
other could be your family. Others could be the homeless community. Others could be your neighbors.
Well, when it comes to overall, and these are the places where I contribute to the world by having a podcast. And I do believe that there is someone listening today that is going to resonate with this message and is going to take away something from this conversation. Maybe will make you think. And if you found something in this conversation, I would love to hear about it. But definitely, I know that I contribute as well to supporting my clients to make sure that they get the freedom that they desire. Did you know that 80% of entrepreneurs, that there was a research that was done, they polled over 17,000 entrepreneurs, and 80% of them said that they wanted freedom, and that's why they were entrepreneurs. So I know how important that is. So that's a contribution. Also, I volunteer. And
I think freedom is one of those things.
And I also, by the way, I contribute, give you my opinions. So I know I contribute there a lot.
You contribute to me?
Yeah, by giving you my opinions.
You're very opinionated. In a good way.
In a good way. Okay.
But you know what? We can you have opinions, but we have good conversations about those opinions.
Yeah,
which is good. And this is, I'm going to say this analogy again, and it's not an analogy, it's a saying. I mean, for people who hike and go out in nature, and I've said this before on the show, and I've gotten it wrong. But one of the things for me that sticks in my mind, and I don't always do it, and I don't always perform in this role, but this is a saying for hikers: trek in, trash out.
Ooh.
And
that's a good one.
That is a good analogy. Make the world a better place. You know, leave a place better than you found it.
You always said that. And here's the thing. I'm big on legacy, and I believe that we need to, in a way,
that counts for people too.
Absolutely.
Leave a person better than you found that person.
I agree.
And that doesn't mean putting your ideologies on that person. That just means being a human to that person. Yeah. You know, not telling them they need to do this, this, and this to become this.
Yeah.
That's not making people better. Making people better is treating people as a person
with dignity and support and acceptance that
and humanity.
Every human is created different, and we all, shine within our differences. So, and by the way, I just want to say that in this podcast and in this home, we will always stand up for freedom. Okay, moving on. Next one, adventure.
I am a 2. But most people know, and I don't know, I'm speaking right now, but you know what? Just because a person's an introvert doesn't mean they can't get on the microphone. I'm an introvert. I'm a natural introvert. That's just the way I am. I was gonna start my own other podcast and call it the extroverted introvert.
I'm sure there's a podcast called that already.
Probably. If there isn't, copyright, trademark, don't take my idea. And so I'm an introvert. An introvert doesn't mean a person just is a turtle or hermit or whatever and just goes away. It just means, one of the things it means is, you know what? I'd rather just chill right now.
Do you think Yogi's an introvert?
Oh, Yogi's an introvert.
Yogi's an introvert. He's a mama's boy too.
Yeah, he is a mama's boy. I was a mama's boy too. I love my mom.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's no longer with us though.
I am definitely up for adventure. However, I was thinking about this yesterday. I don't know what I was watching, and I thought, oh yes, I saw a couple. I was watching this couple that Finn and Tim, or Finn and Jim, I don't know, in YouTube, and I really like them. I want to interview them for the podcast, but they were in Hawaii, and they were taking a helicopter ride. And it's one of those helicopters that is a mini helicopter with no doors.
Yeah.
And I know that you wouldn't go on that helicopter. And I think that in my 20s, I would have been like, okay, all in. Now I may do it, but I'm definitely apprehensive. I mean, listen, my adventure level is diminishing. I mean, I won't even get in the car to go on the highway lately. So anyhow, that's the work
I
that
think
I've
you'd be more comfortable in a helicopter than you would be in a car.
Possibly.
I let her drive because she's like nervous, but anyway, she's working on it.
Okay. So
how about number 6?
Number 6. Okay. So it's accountability.
Ooh. Accountability for yourself?
Well, accountability to the world.
Accountability to the world.
Are you a good global citizen?
That's not accountability. Accountability isn't accountability being accountable for the things you've done, taking responsibility for things.
I think accountability and taking responsibility for things is important. And I think that also the reality is that we are accountable to ourselves first and foremost. We need to keep promises to ourselves, because when we say, I'm going to be healthy, and then we don't do anything to work towards that, and I'm speaking to myself, then you are letting yourself down, and subconsciously you're saying, oh, I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
So I think accountability is a thing. And I think it works in reverse too. For me, accountability, I'll be accountable for, say, if I make a mistake, do something that doesn't turn out right. It was my responsibility to do it.
Yeah.
But I think what we don't do is give ourselves credit.
Yeah.
For the 85-90% of the time where we are coming through.
Yeah.
In doing what we're supposed to do, and we kind of get hard on ourselves.
Yeah.
With the accountability part. But it's important to recognize.
Yeah.
Because, some people don't recognize that they're ever wrong.
Right. Well, here's some actionable steps though. And I think that this is something that we do very good here, very well at Casa de Confidence and the Confident You community, is that we create accountability. Like what I was talking about with our mastermind, we hold each other accountable to the goals that we said we wanted to have. We give each other the support to make sure that we do and we go after what we said we wanted. So here's some actionable steps for you, listener. Join a community, find or create a community, set intentions, practice gratitude, and seek accountability. And these are some of the things and insights that Kelly Resendez shared with us on abundance, confidence, and community. These are incredible lessons that we all can incorporate to have a more fulfilling and successful life. So if you want accountability, this is the time. Come join us at Confident You, because we are open. We are open for new members. And if you're not sure if it's for you, then set up an appointment with me. The show notes has my link. Show up and let's talk. Let's talk. And maybe I will, if it's not the right fit, I definitely want to introduce you to the people, right? Because connection and community are important, where you can find that authenticity and the true confidence and worthiness of being accountable to yourself, having that abundance mindset.
Yeah, I've noticed that fit, no fit, whatever you haven't decided yet, whenever you speak to a new person, you always offer. Hey, you always ask, who can I put you in touch with? Who can I send you to? Who can I tell to reach out to you? And that's all part of that community building. And I think that's great.
We're stronger together.
That's true.
So, my friend, if you're listening to this, I hope that you enjoy this incredible interview with Kelly Resendez, because all of us can feel lonely from time to time. And Kelly shared her journey from feeling isolated in her business to then founding a thriving community of women. Anyway, make sure you connect with Kelly as well and leave us a review so that we can continue to bring you this incredible content and this incredible support.
Hey, we didn't talk about our week at all.
No. Well, there's not much to talk about, I guess, if we don't bring it up.
Oh, you have a friend coming in on Wednesday.
Okay, so I should put out there that October 5th, I am hosting an event with Hillary Gatsby from the Building a Boss, and Building a Boss Summit is coming to Hartford.
You're allowed to put that out?
Yeah, I'm allowed to put that out.
Oh my gosh.
Tickets are on sale now.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so if you're listening to this before October 5th of 2024, come over and join us at Building a Boss, because this time around, we are going to really build bosses that create communities and empower each other, empower women, and find the abundance, really, like Kelly talks about, to create a mind shift, to build obviously those experiences that help us create those deep connections.
So yeah, that's amazing.
So I'm going to leave you with a quote. Confidence is just one step away. You just have to start small, taking those steps every single day to build it. And that will continuously create more opportunities for you. And that's a quote from our guest today, Kelly Resendez.
It's an amazing quote.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys all enjoy this interview between Kelly Resendez and Julie DeLucca-Collins. I hope you enjoyed our conversation where we just kind of sat back and chat. Julie?
Yes.
Have a great week.
Okay. Have a great week.
Guys, remember, when you go in the forest of life, trek in, trash out, make the world a better place, and show your light to the world.
Awesome.
Oh, and guess what?
What?
I won the ratings.
Why?
Because I'm Dan.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Casa de Confidence. With me today, I have the incomparable Kelly Resendez. I am thrilled to be able to talk to her because in addition to being a mom, business executive at Good Leap, a multi-billion, billion with a B, dollar fine tech company, best-selling author, and influencer, Kelly is a true leader in empowering women to live a life of abundance. As the co-owner of GoBundance Women, a membership organization for women dedicated to achieving greatness and abundance, Kelly is a passionate person about helping others adopt an abundance mindset and overcoming self-sabotage to achieve their goals. She believes that joy and success go hand in hand and has dedicated her life to helping women find both. Through her popular book, Big Voices, and her Women Empowered Network, Kelly shares her strategies and tools to inspire and empower women to think differently and achieve all they desire. Welcome, Kelly.
Hi, Julie. Definitely excited to be here today.
Well, I want to jump right in. I know that you are doing some really cool stuff in this world. When I first learned about you and everything that you've been up to, I'm like, okay, she needs to come talk to Go Confidently community. You have this GoBundance community. Tell me more. How did that get started?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's been a fun story. So GoBundance was actually a men's organization originally, and they had men that all wanted to live epic lives, and they came together through, mutual interest with wanting to achieve goals, but also wanting to have a lot of adventure and contribution in other areas of their life. And I heard about it from a friend as I was sharing, what I would tell you was just a story of loneliness in business, being, a successful female in business. There was a lot of loneliness that I felt at the same time. I didn't have women. I didn't have a community that I felt safe sharing, celebration or, talking about big decisions that I had. And so when I heard about it, was just, the next best question was, why don't you have a women's organization? And they had been thinking about it. So I participated in the first event that they put together and bringing some women across the world to San Diego many years ago. And that's how we formed the organization. And through that became co-owner. We work hand in hand with the men's division, but we do operate completely separately. And it's just been a space for amazing women that really want to grow their businesses and also, maybe their real estate portfolios or be a more conscious parent, have a lot of health and wellness in their life and women that just come together and have, deep, meaningful conversations.
Amazing. I am loving everything that you're saying, specifically because connection is one of the things that I feel is the most important thing that we can have as we navigate life. Real connection can really transform us, can really create deep, meaningful relationships that then creates a ripple effect in the world. What are some of the benefits that you have found yourself from being part of GoBundance?
Yeah, being part of a community, first of all, I'd say that I didn't even know that I needed it to begin with. I thought, I've been doing it alone for so long. I don't really need that place. I don't need to celebrate my own success. I don't need this space where, I have to, run decisions by, kind of a board of directors. I'd always just figured it out on my own and I
Yeah.
was used to it. And so some of the benefits, we have what are called pods, which are a
Mhm.
group of 4 to 5 women who kind of become your board of directors in your life. You meet with them regularly, you share your goals, your vision for how you want to feel, and they're there to support you and hold you accountable to those certain things. So the biggest aspect has been accountability. I was always the one holding other people accountable.
Mhm.
So this has been the first community where I found I get the accountability. The second piece is that deeper connection where, no more small talk. A lot of times we just get right to it about, how we're feeling, some of our big, audacious goals that we have. And instead of somebody saying, wow, Julie, you're going to do that. Like, how are you going to have time? My GoBundance sisters are always like, what can I do to help? What
Mhm.
introductions do you need? Like, what kind of support do you need? And that's been really empowering to be able to support me as I move forward in my career and in my life.
Mhm. I love the accountability piece. I think that especially as women, when we are high achievers, we really have gotten accustomed to doing it on your own, like you were
Yeah.
saying. And at 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 that level that we need to get to higher things, accountability, that board of directors, I feel strongly on that as well. Sometimes, it's great to have that clear insight that maybe we're not seeing. Individuals can see
Yeah.
some of these blind spot as well. In addition to a lot of that, you're also providing this unique and powerful trips, which, by the way, speak my language.
Yeah.
I love adventure. I love seeing all of these different things. What are the trips like for individuals who are looking to maybe connect with others in the community and then also have fun traveling at the same time?
Absolutely. So we really try to make the trips something for everyone. And so whether you're seeking adventure and going on a boat trip or going snorkeling or listening to high level speakers on, maybe how to build your next best business that you're doing, or even just taking time to do what we call wisdom circles, where you do get to share maybe something that's going on and receive that wisdom back from the people that are in the tribe. So we try to make them in really super fun places. Our next one coming up is in Costa Rica. We did
Ooh,
just open up a few guest spots. And so we're going to be going to Costa Rica and listening to amazing speakers like Allie Webb, or founder
love
of
it.
Dry Bar, and
Mhm.
others that just are going to be able to share that bit of wisdom, and then it's balanced with, of course, lots of play and rest, so that when we go home we're actually charged up to be able to go, achieve our goals, and we've got that foundation to be able to do that. So we always just try to make sure that they're just a mixture of all of our pillars that we
Mhm.
have and that we stand for in GoBundance, so that everyone does feel, super connected and charged when they go home.
Amazing, amazing. And speaking of your pillars, I was looking through, and your pillars are health, relationships, freedom, contribution, adventures, accountability. And the best parts was that, what is the last pillar? Did I miss one?
No, I think you got them all
I
there.
got them
I
all.
think you got them all
Okay.
six. Yes.
Yay. Now, tell me for you personally, Kelly, because I know that as we're helping others, as we're creating environments where others can thrive, we ourselves have our personal journey. Is there a pillar out of the six that you tend to kind of need more of that accountability and support in?
Yeah, I would tell you that for myself, authentic relationships and contribution are the two that are most important to me at this season in my life. You know, I've been a career woman for a long time, and fortunately have created, you know, a lot of great, you know, success along the way. And what my purpose is really just giving back to women on a bigger level. And so holding myself to the accountability of being authentic and really just being clear about what I want to bring into the world has been helpful. And then also being able to contribute. All of our events, we always choose, you know, a nonprofit to be able to support, and just knowing that, you know, we're able to make that bigger difference in the world. Our last one in Orlando, you know, we had a couple different ones. One, Jeff Hoffman, co-founder of Priceline, has an amazing charity that helps, you know, children all over the world. And then we also were able to help some women over in Israel as well. And so knowing that we make that contribution is what's most important to me, because every day, that's all I want, is just make a lasting impact, you know. And I love your show with really helping people with confidence, because that's also a contribution that I get to make. Is so many women struggle with imposter syndrome or not feeling as worthy. And in this sacred space, that's what I get to do. You know, I get to pour into women and remind them, like, you know, they've felt alone in their life. Now they don't have to feel that way anymore. They can celebrate, they can be themselves, and really just show up with that fierce, you know, personality that most of us, you know, that are high achievers have.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I think that this is a good recipe for continuing to create a ripple effect, not only in the lives of the women that are part of your membership, but also in the lives of the people that they love, they serve, and of course, the people that you're making the contributions to. You mentioned confidence, and of course, I would be remiss if I did not speak confidence with you.
Yes.
Would you consider yourself a confident person?
Absolutely. So wasn't always that way. And I probably would have told you that I was, until I really realized in my journey. You know, I got into personal growth and development in 2004 and have never stopped. I love it.
Amazing.
I'll probably tell you that it's an obsession at this point, and has taken me along a lot of paths with neuroscience and psychology and spirituality and deeper healing and whatnot. But I think I had false confidence, to be honest with you. And that's how I refer to it. I think confidence that's false comes from other people thinking that you're successful. And true confidence comes from building, you know, confidence through doing things that are outside of your comfort zone or achieving different things. And I, you know, one of the conversations that I have with a lot of women are, you know, there's a big difference between worthiness and confidence. I think worthiness is our birthright. Like we should all feel worthy just because we exist. Like we are all destined for whatever we want to create in our own lives. And it's not, you know, there's no one size fits all. Everybody can choose a different path, but confidence is something that we build. And many of us had, you know, great childhoods where we had parents that helped build it, and other people had the absolute opposite. And so no matter where you are in your path, it is just choosing that living confidently is a much easier path, a much easier way to attract all of the health, wealth, you know, goodness into your life that you really are destined for. So, you know, I believe everyone should make that decision. If you're, you know, if you rate yourself on a scale between 1 to 10 from a confidence level, if you're a 1, set some greater intentions on it this next year to build it. Get outside of your comfort zone, start seeking more information out so that you can get closer to that higher level that we should all aspire to.
Yeah, you know, there's this incredible advice, especially because, like you said, we sometimes believe that we're doing the great things. We have the checks off in our resumes, and look at me, how great I am. But ultimately, we go behind closed doors, and then that's when the self-doubt comes in. And it's really important to really work on that piece for yourself so that you can show up more authentically and be that person that you're meant to be and make an impact. Abundance is part of your name, of the organization. Well, how do you define abundance?
Yeah, abundance for me is that your life is overflowing with love and goodness and resources and, money and time and all of the things. Like, I really see abundance as just being where you have this wellspring of joy that moves you forward in spite of anything that's going on. And we all know, like, life is going to bring tragedy. Life is going to bring grief. Life is going to bring ups and downs. Markets change, employees leave, employees come, relationships, and no matter what, like, there's always going to be something. But when you're in abundance, it's the way in which you experience those things that shifts. It really is just a different lens for you to be able to navigate what life brings to you. And, that belief that everything's always working out okay for you, or this is for me. Some of those are just, they're deep rooted in just the way that things come at you. And again, for me, living in abundance is a choice, just like living in scarcity is. And
Absolutely.
some of the people in the world that are the poorest are the absolute happiest. So it's not about the amount in your bank account or any of those things. It's, again, that just deep belief that's within inside of you that comes out when you're facing, things externally.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. When we use language, there's so much power. And you said it's happening for me. There's also the individuals that maybe haven't been around personal development. And
Yeah.
I tend to have friends that, this is a little bit of different language for them. And a foreign language at that. So
Yeah.
if there's someone that's listening to us and is thinking like, wow, I don't know, what do you mean? The world is full of things that end up affecting me. And I don't know how to get out of that. And maybe their perspective in the way that they see the world is not through the lens of abundance.
Yeah.
Um, Give me some advice for them. What is your
Absolutely.
message?
Absolutely. So first of all, I've been there. I would have never known that I wasn't present in my life until I had my awakening. And when I look at life, it was the recognition, first and foremost, that I am not my thoughts that got me to the next level. So the minute that I detached from my thoughts and started seeing them as separate than who I was, and started to be able to question, like, what and where are all of these voices coming from in my head? And I figured out, like, the strongest voice. That strongest voice is the one that really has an idea of how you want to live. And then it's our lower self that just makes choices that are not in alignment with that. So that's the first thing that I would tell you, is just recognize that you aren't your thoughts and set aside just a little bit of time. It could be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, like on some of those things that maybe impact you the most. Maybe it's you have a hard time letting go. So you need to spend more time daily on forgiveness and learning about forgiveness. Maybe it's I'm not great at executing, and I need to learn more about procrastination and the way that my brain works. Like, whatever it might be, just setting aside a little bit of time every day to start to override some of that programming. Because again, if you're not into personal growth and development, it doesn't matter, but I guarantee you're growing. Everyone's growing. We have been growing since birth. It's just choose how you grow. Choose the beliefs that you grow with, rather than just allowing society or programming, or even social media a lot of times can program us to what's important. You
Sure.
decide what's important. Because the next thing I'd say, beyond just, accepting you're not your thoughts, is also believing you are the creator. You are the creator of your success and your experience by the things that you focus on. So learning a little bit more about your brain and how it really wants to focus on negative more. And it's just because it wants to help you survive. And just recognizing that will help you believe that your job when you wake up is to shift that focus. How do I call in more gratitude? How do I call in more things that are satisfactory so that I don't drop into that victim mode?
Yeah, absolutely. I know that for many years I lived in that victim mode and things were always somebody else's fault. I didn't take responsibility. I didn't know how to be able to shift. I worked with a coach, and that was the first thing that really
Yeah.
started to change things for me. Have you worked with a coach, and what are some of the things that you've learned in
Yeah.
this journey?
Absolutely. I've worked with so many. I mean, I looked at myself as I want to grow in the right direction. So I had multiple coaches. I had a health coach, I had a mindset coach, I had a business coach. And over time, just found different ones. Now, the coolest thing about the way that the internet works today and even AI is that you have access to every bit of information out there that every coach has ever said. I mean, you
Yes.
could go check out exactly what Tony Robbins would do in a situation in a nanosecond now. I mean, he was
Mhm.
one of my greatest coaches in my life, but I also had a lot of spiritual coaches that, I just found through the information that they shared, like Mother Teresa or Wayne Dyer or others. So, I mean, the first step, again, like we talked about, is just recognizing that you want to live a little differently. And then going out there, no matter what situation that you're in, and seeking that information. Maybe you do hire a coach and that coach helps you with accountability as well. But it's just starting somewhere, making the decision that today is the first day of the rest of your life, and that you're going to see it through that lens of abundance and joy, rather than that lens of, oh my gosh, life happens to me and I'm really just a victim to all of it.
Mm, you really are passionate and about helping people adopt that abundance, Kelly, and really shift their mindset, because that's where it really starts. It's the shifting of the self-sabotaging
Yeah.
behavior that we all have. Tell me about your book.
Yeah. So Big Voices, the book that I wrote, I honestly wrote it for myself. I kind of look at it as my healing journey through grief. And that grief came in a lot of forms. It was grief of my old self. I'm a recovering perfectionist and
Mm,
overachiever. And a
girl,
lot of
all of us tend to be.
yeah, a lot of my
Yeah.
self-worth came from what people thought. So I really needed to override that. And that was a part of it. It was grieving my mom,
Mm,
grieving my sister who has mental illness, and
wow.
never kind of knowing that she was never going to be the same again. And so that book was a lot of the strategies that I developed was I wanted a place to be able to share them. And I made the decision back then, if this impacts one person's life, that's amazing. And if it doesn't, it's amazing too. Like, I
Yeah.
just need to stay in this place of contribution. And that was really the reason why I wrote it. And it was very healing for me as well. I wrote differently. A lot of times people say I don't have time for that. I wrote 15 to 20 minutes a day for an entire year. And that was
Yeah.
it. And wrote a book.
Yeah.
And
And
so
by the way,
everybody
that's how
has
we do
15 to
it.
20 minutes a day. And so
Yes,
find it. I can tell you right now, Netflix, unless you're watching Brene Brown on there, is not going to change your life. It's going to keep you in the same
absolutely.
place or even take you backwards. So make
We
that
are the
decision and
sum of
move
our
forward.
actions. We are
Yep.
the sum of our actions. And sometimes
Absolutely.
we don't realize that what we really continue to do day in and day out, it is the thing that is keeping us back. It is not, the lack of opportunities from a job. It is not the fact that we don't have the things that other people have. I want people to really move away from the things that are outside of themselves, but really look at what is the small shift that I can make in my life that can help me
Yeah.
begin to create a different reality, just like you did by
Yeah.
writing 20 minutes a day.
Yep.
I am intrigued, Kelly, with going back to your membership, going back to
Yeah.
GoBundance. How do people join? And is there an application process? And
Yeah.
what is that process like?
Yeah, there is an application process. And the where I would start, just because I want to make sure that I give your listeners as much wisdom as possible, is just www.downloadthepod.com. Got some goodies for you on really just being able to overcome self-sabotage so that you
Ooh,
can create that life that you want. And then through that, it will give you more information. You can always go check out our website at GoBundanceWomen.com. Lots of great things there. But what I would tell you is just starting with that intentionality of, I want to change my life. And I want to start just with small steps, and that's really what you're going to find through the video series that I'm going to be sharing with you for free on how do I just identify, like, am I sabotaging myself? What I would tell you is that we all do. There's no perfect human, and sabotage comes in many forms, whether it's lack of confidence, which is your big focus, or procrastination, or not learning how to manage time right. But the sooner you identify, like, what is that little voice holding me back from, it will allow you to explode growth in every area of your life. And like you said, like, the more we all embrace this and embrace this abundance mindset, there is that ripple effect throughout the world. It's our employees that we work with, or our children, or our partner, or others that will start to, see that we're facing things just a little bit different. And typically that's just really super inspiring to those around you as well.
Wow. I want you to repeat the website again. We're going to have it in the show notes, but repeat it as well. So
Absolutely.
that the person that wasn't ready can grab a pen or pencil, friend.
Yeah.
And if you're driving, we will have it in the show notes, but repeat the website.
So just to download the 3-episode podcast that's really on overcoming self-sabotage, you can go to www.downloadthepod.com. Typically, most of this is just taught within our community, which is a membership community, but we're just making it available to all your listeners today for free.
Oh, well, incredibly generous. That's amazing. And how can people connect with you, Kelly? Are you on social media? And what is the best way to interact, ask you questions, and make you part of our world? Because, we need more Kelly in our lives.
Perfect. So my website is just www.kellyresendez.com. And you'll find a way just to connect with me on all the social platforms there. And I would love to support you in any way that I can, because again, confidence, and for everybody out there listening, it's just one step away. You just got to start small, taking those, steps every single day to building that. And that is what will continuously create more opportunities for you, whether it's in your career, your love life, and your family. Like, we are powerful beings. And when we radiate in abundance, like, we can create whatever life we desire.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, kellyresendez.com. Also, make sure that you connect and let her know that you found her through the Casa de Confidence podcast. I am excited to deep dive into your resources, and I'm going to get your book. I want to go and check it out. We all need to have these tools in our tool belt, and we hear the messages, but we need to hear them differently and from other people as well, so that we can leverage their genius. Thank you for being here. Will you come back?
Absolutely, Julie. And thank you for everything that you do to help people build their confidence. It's people like you that make the big difference in the world.
You're very kind, Kelly. Thank you so much. And again, I am just honored to have had the opportunity to speak to you. I know that we can collaborate and so many other things. I'm going to go check out your retreats. My goodness, sounds amazing.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. Don't forget, go confidently in the direction of your dreams.
Thanks for listening to Casa de Confidence. We thank you for listening, and if you want more, go to casadeconfidencepod.com. Check Julie out on her socials as Julie DeLucca-Collins. And you can also check out her website at goconfidentlycoaching.com. Have a great week, and don't forget, go confidently in the direction of your dreams.
Hi, everybody. I know that sometimes we get very lonely in this entrepreneur journey, and I want to invite you to join us into our limited time only Purposeful You Mastermind. For many of us entrepreneurs, we believe that we can do it all, but the reality is that doing it alone only creates a lot of overwhelm. So join us at the Purposeful You Mastermind. You can find out more information by going to bit.ly/ Julie's Mastermind. This is going to be the place where you are able to then unlock your full potential and achieve long-term success for your business, push you behind your current limits, expand your connections, discover new ideas, and implement them with confidence. You're going to get the support in all aspects and transforming you to the six-figure business you've been looking for. Pause and get off the hamster wheel if you've been spinning around. This is a time where you can get that support from like-minded entrepreneurs that are here to join you in your journey. Together, we can challenge the assumptions and land the speaking engagements and opportunities we want to grow our business and make an impact in the lives of people. See you then. Remember, you can find the mastermind at bit.ly, Julie's Mastermind. Hi, everybody. I know that sometimes we get very lonely in this entrepreneur journey, and I want to invite you to join us into our limited time only Purposeful You Mastermind. For many of us entrepreneurs, we believe that we can do it all. But the reality is that doing it alone only creates a lot of overwhelm. So join us at the Purposeful You Mastermind. You can find out more information by going to bit.ly/Julie's Mastermind. This is going to be the place where you are able to then unlock your full potential and achieve long-term success for your business, push you behind your current limits, expand your connections, discover new ideas, and implement them with confidence. You're going to get the support in all aspects and transforming you to the six-figure business you've been looking for. Pause and get off the hamster wheel if you've been spinning around. This is a time where you can get that support from like-minded entrepreneurs that are here to join you in your journey. Together, we can challenge the assumptions and land the speaking engagements and opportunities we want to grow our business and make an impact in the lives of people. See you then. Remember, you can find the mastermind at bit.ly, Julie's Mastermind.